Yo, brothers, what's up? It's the director. I'm actually super excited about this video, one that I think may open the eyes of a lot of Chargers fans, get a lot of Chargers fans excited, but it is a little bit different than maybe what your expectations are going for this offseason, but very interesting to think about nonetheless. I'm going to give you my reason as to how I think the Chargers defense can become the next Legion of Boom. Now, the Chargers have certainly kicked off this offseason to a fantastic start. Some may even say an uncharacteristic start. And the free agency tampering period doesn't even open until next week. Slated to start on Tuesday, March 16th, I can fully expect the Bolts to make some big moves for the first time in a long time. But what are these moves going to be? There's been much speculation of what the Chargers are looking to do with their $50 million plus in cap space this year. Some feel we may go after veteran quarterbacks like Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, or even Marcus Mariota. Others think a trade for premium tackles like Trent Williams is coming. All of these scenarios seem like they could theoretically happen, but I want to present an interesting alternative. First, we need to look at where the Chargers exist in the NFL. The AFC West. We know that the Broncos and the Raiders are kind of on the rise, but the real challenge will be getting through the recent Super Bowl champions in Kansas City. The Chiefs boast the most powerful offense in the entire league, with talents like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. They're going to be a difficult obstacle to overcome for the foreseeable future. And the scary part is, they could still get better. With upgrades to the positions like halfback and offensive tackle, their already intimidating offense could get even more deadly. Not to mention their defense that left a lot of room to grow in the 2019 season. So knowing where we exist, what do the Chargers need to do in order to compete in the AFC West, to reclaim and replant our flag in the AFC West? I believe the answer lies in constructing the best possible defense in the entire NFL. I'm going to give you my reason as to why I think the Chargers could legitimately become the NFL's next Legion of Boom. Now, as a refresher, the Legion of Boom refers to one of the best modern defenses we've seen in many years via the Seattle Seahawks. During their rise in the 2010s, the Seahawks would add talents like Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, and Bobby Wagner, just to name a few. Ultimately, this unstoppable defense would result in the franchise's first Super Bowl win in 2013. Now, if you're like me, not a lot of people paid attention to the Seattle Seahawks for a long time. They sat in the bottom half of the league for a while, slowly biding their time to make their Super Bowl championship run. And it finally happened when they built one of the best defenses in NFL history. I believe the Chargers may be preparing to strike the iron with a similar strategy starting this upcoming season. Most of us have our expectations of what may happen this offseason, mainly revolving around fixing our O-line and finding a future franchise quarterback. But what if the Chargers are preparing to do something even more bold, something that could start as soon as next week in free agency? We currently boast one of the best cap situations in football. We might be preparing to make a host of moves to not only address our O-line, but also supercharging our already formidable defense as well. Recently, the Chargers have made a flurry of moves to suggest this. Early this month, left tackle Russell Okung was traded to the Carolina Panthers for guard Trey Turner, freeing up roughly $5 million in cap. Later, the team re-signed Austin Eckler to a 4-year, $24 million contract. Recently, the team also let go of veteran defensive players Thomas Davis and Brandon Mebane, roughly freeing up another $13 million in cap space. Soon after that, they resecured Hunter Henry via franchise tag. Altogether, these moves have only cost us a mere $3 million in cap space. That's insane. But what are we going to do with that money? Rumor has it we're already targeting the first weakness on our defense, which is probably cornerback 2. There's talk that we may be going after veteran cornerback Chris Harris of the Denver Broncos, a member of the former no-fly zone. Harris still possesses excellent talent at defensive back and would make an insane pairing with Derwin James, Casey Hayward, Nasir Adderley, and Desmond King. If this happens, I'd argue we'd immediately boast the best defensive core in the entire NFL, so checkmark the Jack Boys. Next, we must address our run defense via D-line. We have two of the league's best defensive ends in Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, who are without a doubt elite. But where we suffer is in the middle at defensive tackle. After drafting Jerry Tillery in the first round last season, who ultimately still has much room to improve, we need another dominant presence to truly fulfill this unit's potential. There are a few names that come to mind in free agency, the best of which is probably DJ Reader of the Houston Texans, who would without a doubt be a massive add to our defense. But he would probably demand somewhere in the realm of $12 million a year. We may look to someone who is easier on our cap, but still offers immediate upgrade to the position. One name still stands out to me. Enter Ndamukong Suh. Suh has been connected to the Chargers in past free agencies and is still one of the league's best defensive linemen. He certainly is not as dominant as he was in the past, but I feel we could sign him to a short-term, cap-friendly deal to help elevate talents like Tillery and even Justin Jones. Suh offers immediate help to our run defense and would help free Bosa and Ingram off the edge. Just imagine this line: Ingram, Suh, Tillery, and Bosa. Yeah, that would cause nightmares for any offensive coordinator. Suh's presence is amazing to release the full potential of this line, but I also feel it's equally important to take heat off of Ingram and Bosa. If we can unleash Bosa and Ingram every single game, it will undoubtedly cause havoc for the opposing team's quarterback, which we know can alter the entire course of any given game. The main target in my sight: Patrick Mahomes. His escapability makes him one of the most difficult quarterbacks to take down in the NFL today. Giving Ingram and Bosa help is, in my opinion, a must-have. But what about at the second level? We already have Derwin James, who is proving to be one of the best, if not the most versatile safeties in the NFL. Lining up at linebacker and even at edge, James has proven to be an integral piece to our defense. He is very hard to scheme against. Now, imagine two of him. Enter in Isaiah Simmons, linebacker, Clemson. This decision is becoming easier and easier. I really like the quarterback prospects in this year's draft, especially the idea of landing Tua Tagovailoa. But what if he's gone? Which is very, very likely, by the way. How confident am I in talents like Justin Herbert and Jordan Love? Honestly, I think they'd both be great given the proper amount of time to develop, but if Simmons and Herbert are both sitting in our lap at 6, I honestly think we must pull the trigger on Isaiah Simmons. There have been a lot of comparisons to Derwin James with Isaiah Simmons, and rightfully so. Simmons has lined up all over the field. Safety, linebacker, edge, corner, you name it, he's done it. He offers defensive coordinators an unlimited amount of options in any given down at an elite level. It just makes me giddy to think what would happen if we paired him with Derwin James. Not even the great Patrick Mahomes would know what to do against that. Not to mention already having his hands full with the fury of Ingram, Suh, and Bosa. See what happens when you try to escape the pocket, Mahomes. I dare you. I'm sure Derwin or Simmons would be there waiting for you. Simmons displayed some of the most insane stats I've ever seen in this year's NFL Combine, showing incredible speed in a 4.39 40 time and a 39-inch vertical. This guy screams sideline to sideline coverage, and at 6'4", 240 pounds, he will be laying the thump. My God, I can't imagine how unstoppable this defense would be. Like, honestly. So to recap, here's an idea of what our defense would look like in 2020 with these moves. Safeties, Derwin James, Nasir Adderley. Corners, Casey Hayward, Chris Harris Jr., and Desmond King. Linebackers, Isaiah Simmons, Denzel Perryman, Drew Tranquil, and Uchenna Nwosu. Defensive line, Melvin Ingram, Ndamukong Suh, Jerry Tillery, and Joey Bosa. God, I honestly think would be in the conversation for the best defense in the entirety of the NFL. The next true Legion of Boom. Now, these moves would not come cheap, but we have the cap to make it happen, and without a very big long-term commitment. We'd still have plenty of room to sign an elite offensive lineman as well as fill other holes on the roster. The only luxury we'd have to let go of is signing a veteran quarterback like Brady or Cam. Would that be worth it to you guys? Rolling out with Tyrod Taylor and maybe like a Jalen Hurts in order to create the best defense in the league. Our offense would not be anything to scoff at either. We still host talents like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Hunter Henry, and the versatile Austin Eckler. With a few patches made to the O-line and the best defense in the league, I legitimately think we could make a Super Bowl run in the near future. Who knows, maybe we even find our future franchise quarterback in next year's draft while we build our championship-winning defense. Truthfully and honestly, guys, I think this defense is only 2 or 3 moves away to becoming the best in the entire league. We're already top 5. We can cover that cornerback 2 position and our run defense a little bit. My God, imagine the possibilities. Now, I know a lot of this is vague and theoretical, which is what it's meant to be, but I wanted to see a bigger picture of what could happen this year outside of scraping for a quarterback and spending up for offensive linemen. And honestly, this prospect of building an insane defense gets me excited. I feel this may be the perfect counter to the Kansas City Chiefs. And if we can stop the Chiefs, we can stop any damn team in the NFL. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. This is a big idea, a big prospect, a big theory. I understand if some of you guys do not agree with me, that's fine. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And hey, if you're a Chargers fan, if you're an NFL fan and you like these videos, you enjoy these videos, you find them informative and entertaining, hit us up with a like and sub. As of recording this video, we're like 40 subs away from 8,000 subs. And that just gets me so excited. Guys, thank you so much. Literally the small amount of time that you take to hit that like, sub, and bell notification helps me out so much. So thank you guys so much for your support. Love putting these videos together. So excited to see what happens starting next week in free agency with the Los Angeles Chargers. Well, guys, thank you so much again for joining me. This has been the Director, and as always, stay frosty.